The secret is a plugin called Dehancer. Now if you didn't know, film isn't just slapping a grain overlay, fading out the image, and adding a super dreamy look. There's actually a lot of science when they're creating the film, and then also a lot of chemistry whenever the film's getting developed. This is where Dehancer excels within the film emulation process. Dehancer even has an iPhone app that helps you emulate your photos into film. It's very similar to the plugin, but all you have to do is just download it. It's completely free, and it's actually really cool that you can emulate Portra, Fujifilm, lots of cool film stocks straight on your phone. So this is what my typical node structure looks like, but today we're actually going to do everything within one singular node using Dehancer. So make sure you watch the entire video because I'm going to prove that this high-level program is actually perfect for beginners. And if you're worried that this is going to cost thousands of bucks, lots of subscription fees, don't worry. Watch till the very end and find out how you can get the program for free for 2 weeks to try out, and once you fall in love with it, get a little bit of a discount while you purchase it. Alright, we're going to drag and drop Dehancer onto our node, and first thing we're going to have to do is define our input. So you need to know what camera you're shooting on. So we're going to select choose camera, select Sony, because I was shooting on a Sony, and as you can see they have all the different options, and I was shooting on a Sony A7 III with the S-Log3 Gamut 3, and say you're shooting maybe a DJI clip. We're going to bring this over, literally choose camera, select vendor, DJI. I was shooting the Air 2S in D-Log. And there you go. It just did all of its color space transform basically for you. Next, I'm going to just do a bit of correction, and really I'm just going to bump up the exposure a bit, bring our temperature up, and this, I'm not a big fan of greens. Next I go to Film Developer and enable that, add in a bit of color. I like a little bit of a pop, and then we get to the fun stuff. So next we have the Film tab, and this is where Dehancer has a ton of film emulations. I almost said thousands, feels like that, but as you can see we have Fuji, Cinestill, Kodak Vision, literally anything that you really want to get that film look and feel. So I'm going to go with Kodak Vision 3200T, and down here is your push and pull. And what this basically does, say I was shooting on Portra 400 and I push the film one stop. That means I would shoot it as if it was an 800 speed film. So really that underexposes your film. Then you tell your lab that you push the film one stop, and they will actually leave it inside the chemical bath for a little longer as if it was shot as an 800 speed film. This creates different looks and different contrasts, colors, lots of chemistry happening that I still don't fully understand. So as you can see, when we slide this, it's kind of giving the look and emulation of if we were to push, which actually is pretty cool. But for the sake of the video, we're going to leave it in the middle. Next, I go to expand, and depending on the image, really, I'll leave it anywhere around here. We're going to bring it to about right here, and it's actually starting to darken up, so I'm going to come back to the exposure, introduce a little more light into the image. And as you can see, I honestly see this almost as a form of painting. I'm thinking about like how Bob Ross paints and how he just kind of goes with the flow, and however the painting reacts to the different paints and the different textures, then I'll make adjustments as I go along.
Very soon you learn to use all these beautiful little things that happen.
Next is print, and this emulates the different film gets printed on, basically. So you have Kodak 2383 here, Kodak glossy paper. For the sake of the video, I'm going to keep it at linear, and I normally keep it there, but I will turn on analog range limiter, and you actually see within our scopes that it kind of compresses sandwiches, and that just helps to keep the faded look without it becoming too contrasty and keeping everything in range, really. Next is film grain, and this is everyone's favorite, as a lot of people, when they think about film, they think about grain. And believe it or not, a lot of film sometimes doesn't produce a lot of grain. But if you're going for that look, more power to you. Really, there's different options here, and it's absolutely amazing the depth that this program goes into and how easy it still is. So you've got different presets for 8, 16, 35, and 65 millimeter film, ranging from 50, 250, and 800 ISO. Short and sweet answer that you need to know: higher the ISO, the grainier the image is going to be. Also, if it's an 8mm, that's going to be even grainier than, say, the 65 at 800. I personally like the grain as long as it's not overdone, so I'm going to choose 35mm at ISO 250. I feel like that's a happy medium with the grain. As you can see here, it's interacting with the image. And say if you want more grain, or you want to further customize the 35, you select Profile, select Custom, and you have the entire sliders, and you have full control of what your image is going to look like, or what your video is going to look like. Next is halation, and that's that red halo or glow that you would get from film stocks like CineStill, where it has a red halo effect around certain highlights. So down here, as you can see within the profile, we're going to enable this. You can already see that this is a very drastic halation effect on this one, and that's because we're using 8mm, no rimjet, and rimjet is a thin layer within the film that's basically an anti-halation layer. So we'll do with the rimjet. You can see that's obviously a lot more subdued, a lot nicer, to be honest, because sometimes it's a little much with that no rimjet. And as you can see, you have 8mm, 16, 35, 65 choices. I actually really liked the Super 8, but if you wanted to further customize this, you can select the profile that you like and then go to custom, so you can control everything. Next is bloom, which creates that dreamy, glowy vibe to your video. This is kind of seen with the older vintage lenses being slightly imperfect, and also just being old and getting dirt and haze and just really having a lot of time being used. So as you can see, you have choices for 8, 16, 35, 65, and you can tell enabled, disabled. But it kind of adds to the really creating the imperfect look that film brings. So we'll leave it at 65. But of course, you can further customize this by just dropping down the custom button, and you literally control everything. I'm sounding like a broken record, but it's amazing. Next is film damage, and this one's actually really cool because this emulates dust, hair, scratches, basically anything that damages the film. So as we can see, we have, of course, 8, 16, 35, and 65. But what's really cool, you can go down to custom, see the dust amount, hairs, scratches, literally everything in your full control. I don't normally use this one. I'm not the biggest fan, but just for the sake of the video, for the film vibes. Next is film breath. Film breath is an accidental change in exposure, contrast, color. It's caused by uneven emulsion process and coating, or development and instability within the camera shutter. Film breath greatly affects the viewer's perception of the video and whether or not it looks like film. Personally, for film breath, I will set it at 35, but if you want to fully customize what's happening, you can of course do that with the custom dropdown. Next is gate weave, and this is the effect that happens when the film is getting pulled through the mechanical strip and creates these jitters and kind of breathes life into the film, which also greatly affects whether or not it has that analog feel. So we'll do 16. So as you can see, this is our video before and then after. This is really cool how we were able to do all of this within one node. Now, would I color a video like this for a client? No, but if you're a filmmaker and you're looking for a super easy but room to learn program, Dehancer is definitely the one for you. It's literally going to make your life 100 times simpler. Trust me, you won't be spending hours within your nodes trying to find the proper film overlay. All you have to do is drag and drop Dehancer and you're good. So if you want to try out this awesome program, they actually have a 2-week free trial, and once you fall in love with it like I did, you can use the code GRAINORDIE for 10% off. Just know this is an affiliate link, but everybody wins in this situation. As Dehancer sells a program, you get it for a deal, and I get a piece of the action.